Hey guys, it's Sam with The Blind Life. Welcome back to another episode of Blind Rewind. This time we have episode 3 in my couples Q&A series where I sit down with my wife and talk about dating a VIP. If you haven't seen episodes 1 and 2 yet, definitely check those out. I'll have links in the video description down below, or you can just go to the couples Q&A playlist to see all the episodes in this series. But let's go ahead and jump into this episode 3 of the Couples Q&A series talking about dating.
All I wanna do is grow old with you.
He was an independent person, so it's not like I felt like I was taking someone on that I was going to be responsible for. Yeah. You wipe your own butt.
I wipe my own butt.
None of that really bothered me. And I think just like he has lost vision very slowly over time, I think the extent of his vision loss, I recognized that slowly over time. Like, there were certain times, like, Sam still likes to go to the movies. Not nearly as much now. He's really specific about, like, he'll go see a comedy or something that's going to have a lot of dark images on scrin.
Or a lot of special effects.
Or a lot of special effects or whatever. We don't do 3D at all, but that's partially me, too, because I get motion sick. But we went to the movies quite a bit when we were early dating. And I remember one time...
I know what you're going to say.
We got in there a little bit later, so the movie wasn't on yet, but the previews were on, and they had brought, like, the trailers before the movie, so the lights were down, and we walk in, and
you kept going.
I kept going, and I turned around, and he wasn't there. He was, like, way back, just, like, he was blind. Like, he was literally blind at that moment. Like, he could not see where I was or anything, and that was like,
baby, come back.
Yeah, so I learned then. Now, anytime we go into a movie theater, I always grab his hand or grab his arm or let him grab my arm or something. But it's little things like that, or like early dating. We were in your kitchen at your apartment, and I was wearing a skirt and tights, and I knew that his vision was bad, and his back was to me anyway. He was like at the sink or something, and I needed to adjust my tights, so I like hike up my skirt and shimmy him, and he, not turning his head, is like, "You do realize my peripheral vision's pretty good, right?"
So I could totally see her.
Yeah, I appreciate you actually telling me instead of just enjoying the show.
But that, and there's funny moments like that, but there is a lot of downsides, like several times we've been watching sitting in the living room watching TV, and you're on the couch, and I have to be up by the TV sitting in my chair so I can actually see the TV, and
I hate that. That is probably okay. Well, you not being able to drive is probably the worst part of it, but probably number 2 for me is that we can't like cuddle up on the couch and watch a show. I hate that. I really do. And there's been a couple times that we've like rearranged the whole living room and like shoved the couch like to where it's touching the TV stand to watch something, but I mean that's not practical to do. I don't know if there's a whole lot more about dating. I mean, I did have to get used to, just like you were embarrassed of you using your magnifier. I probably never told you, but it was kind of embarrassing for me, like to get used to. It's not anymore because I'm used to it, but I mean, it wasn't really embarrassing that you were using a magnifier. It was me noticing people staring at you using your magnifier and just like having to get used to it. And, it's just one of those things. And just used to a lot of things. Like, so I don't remember if you told me that you needed me to read like at a fast food restaurant, the menu board, or if I realized that on my own, and I don't remember at what point.
You just started automatically doing it.
Yeah, I just started automatically doing that. But there's things like that just over time I do, but I don't even really think about it. Yeah. So there's times where it's like that, but and a lot of times I have to read menus in restaurants too, because if the print is too small or if there's not good contrast, and anymore, a lot of times I can look at a menu and know whether or not you're gonna be able to read it.
Another example is if we go to a restaurant that the bathroom layout, you'll say, it's over there, men's is on the left.
Yeah.
because I've walked into women's several times. You know, not really pertaining to dating. When we talk about marriage and all that, we'll talk about my feelings of inadequacies. Because someone did ask that.
Yeah.
And that was a question.
It's a good question,
It's a good question,
because it has come up. And that's not the first person that's asked you about it, because I remember someone else asking about it as well. So
stay tuned for that. We're going to call it here, guys. Thank you very much for my guest host, my hostess, Rachel, for joining us. But this is going to be a series, like we said, and so there'll be several videos coming out, different topics. And if you guys have any questions about things, or if we missed a topic on one of our videos, you know, something about dating that you had a question about, just let us know.
I mean, not like love advice, but like dating when visually impaired together, because we're not experts. No.
But the main thing to know is there is somebody out there for everyone.
Yeah, because I know that on one of the Facebook groups, one of the mom of a boy who's been diagnosed fairly recently, she said she worried about him, you know, finding a special girl. And I'm like, I'm not a special girl. I'm just a girl. And he, you know, it didn't. For a boy. Just a girl looking for a boy. No, but it's not like it took some saint.
Yeah.
To see past his blindness. Like, that was secondary. And I feel like it's not that hard. I mean, most of the people that you have met with Stargardts or low vision are married or in a relationship.
Yeah, I have friends. My sister is, her eyes are even worse than mine, and she's married to a gentleman who has low vision. I've got a best friend.
Gentleman's a stretch.
Gentleman. sorry, Danny. I've got a best friend from high school who, you know, is low vision, and his wife is completely blind, and they have kids, and they both have guide dogs, and they do great. Yeah. So it's
of course
possible.
The other guys that you've met via YouTube have normally sighted wives too. So it's not this big stretch for someone with low vision to find someone to be with, and I don't think it'll only be one person. They will date just like other people date, and I mean, the way it sounded almost like Sam only had one girlfriend before me, but that's not true. No. He had the girlfriend in high school, but then he dated several girls once he was out of school and on his own before we met.
I played the field.
He played the field a little. So it's not like it's this impossible task to find this super special person who is going to look past everything and see you. If you're a good person and you're fun to be around.
And amazingly charming. Like this guy.
And hopefully not quite so annoying, then you will find someone. Yeah. And it's just like anyone else. I mean, everyone has their things. I'm not perfect either, and he looks past those. Most of the time.
It's hard, but I do.
So, I mean, it's the same thing. It's just, you know, it's one of his flaws, and I have some of my flaws, and together we're pretty good. Yep. So I wouldn't stress about that. I think it will happen, and it might happen a little later because, you know, middle school and high school girls might be a little bit. Yeah. You know, it's awkward when you're that age anyway. And
you're going to have better luck when you're older.
Yeah, you're probably going to have better luck when you're a little older. So. But, you know, you went to prom and stuff, so.
Yeah. Yeah. But, all right, guys, that's it, you think?
I think that's it.
Should we sign off now?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. This is Sam.
And Rachel.
And Rachel with The Blind Spot. We will see you in the next video.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Put you to bed when you've had too much to drink. Or I could be the man